Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Hannibal. If you are new here, welcome. Today I'm showing you my everyday simple makeup glam that I do pretty much every single day. If you're curious to see what kind of products I use and how I apply my makeup and what the heck I got going on today, stay tuned. So first off, we are going to start with our primer today, and I'm using my e.l.f. Puff Puff Primer. I am gonna do my foundation first because that is how I normally do my everyday makeup. I don't normally do too much eyeshadow for this routine, so I don't really need to do my eyes or anything first. Okay, and I'm gonna let that sit for about a minute before I start applying my foundation. Now that that has been sitting for about a minute or so, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my foundation. And for today, I'm using my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I use the shade Light 55N, and I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender. I've been really enjoying this ColourPop foundation. It's a really good match to my skin tone, which I like, but it's really hydrating and it doesn't dry out my face throughout the day, which I really enjoy. Now, before I get into my concealer, I'm actually going to be using cream products for my contour and blush today. And for that, I am using my Wet n Wild contour stick. This is the shade 804A Oaks on You, and I'm also going to be using my Grand Pop Plumping Liquid Blush, and this is the shade Cinnamon Sugar. I like to go in this order when I'm doing my cream products because if I end up putting a little bit too much of one product, then I can go in easily and fix it with concealer versus, you know, putting too much on and then not being able to take it off. So I'm sure you get it. So my main key when doing everyday makeup is just, I love like a contoured blush highlighted look. I don't normally do too much with the eyes because on a day-to-day basis, I do wear glasses. So that kind of is an overkill when I have too much eye makeup on. It just doesn't look natural and I don't like that. So unless I'm going to like special events or something, I don't typically wear eyeshadow or lashes on a day-to-day basis. Like I work in a barber shop cutting men's hair all day long, and it's not like they're looking to see if my lashes and eyeshadow is perfectly on fleek. Now I like how that looks, but I always just put a little bit extra where I want the most pigment to be. Really chisel out that cheekbone. That looks good. Now for the blush, I typically apply it on my hand first because it is extremely pigmented, and if I were to just put this on my face, it probably wouldn't blend out. So I put it on the back of my hand usually. That way I can mix it in with my sponge and just make it a little more natural looking. Is that not like such a pretty orangey blush? One of the main reasons I really like using cream products is because you can continuously apply product where it needs to be versus powder. Sometimes powder will skip when you're trying to blend it out, and I'm not trying to have any weird looking marks on my face. I like my everyday makeup to be as natural as possible, and cream products just always have a more natural effect, which I have slowly realized this last year. Okay, so now that we have the contour and blush on, I'm going to go in with my concealer now. And for that, I'm using my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Light Peach. See how easy that is? We love that. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face now. For that, I'm going to use my Mary Kay Mineral Powder Foundation. This just has a little bit of tint to it to kind of even out like all of my skin tone, which I love. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use my BH Cosmetics Under Eye Brightening Powder on top of that. I always go directly back under my eyes right before I put the powder on top to make sure there are no creases. And then I go directly in with the powder and kind of just press it down. Don't worry about getting too much product on the cream contour and blush that you just did, because I always go back in with a little bit of a light powder at the end just to really bring out the color. actually haven't used this powder in a long time, and I remember why I liked it so much. I don't typically use Mary Kay or Avon products that frequently, but my mom did sell it for a really long time, and she would always gift stuff like this to me, which is totally fine. Like, I'm always okay with trying new makeup, you know? But I was actually really pleasantly surprised with this powder. I really enjoy how it looks, and it feels like really quality. It lasts all day, and it keeps my face really matte, which I love. So just to really bring some of that color back into my cheeks, I'm gonna go in with my powdered bronzer from BH Studio Pro. This is BH Cosmetics, and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. Just a little bit, because once you actually apply this powder on top of where the cream was, it does show up really pigmented. But I just like this to use to bring out a little bit more color. Like that. See how it just appears so nicely? Like, we love that. For blush, I'm gonna use my ColourPop Super Shock blush in the shade Too Cool for School. I really do like how natural orange this blush is. Now that we have got all the powders and everything complete, I'm going to move on to my eyebrows, and for that I have really been loving my Morphe Cream Brow Pomade in the shade Java with the little brush that it comes with. I love this stuff, you guys. It is so crisp and just gets your brows looking so clean, and we love that. I'm just gonna make sure to clean all that powder off my brows before I apply that. Brush them out as well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with it. So I went ahead and finished off my eyebrows by fading out the inner corners and using my Morphe Translucent Brow Gel to set them. Now I am just going to barely add the smallest bit of concealer underneath and probably on top a little bit just to touch up the line. Now I did already put powder on my face, so that is why I'm barely going to be applying any of this, but just the smallest bit to clean up any imperfections. Just like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my highlighter, and I'm gonna use my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade You're a Trip. This is my absolute favorite shade I have tried so far. Love that glow. Okay, now that we've got all the powder and eyebrows and everything done already, that is actually pretty close to being done. The last couple things I need to do is just my mascara and my lips, and before I do that, I'm gonna set all this powder so it can kind of just really set into my face. For that, I'm going to use my Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. Now that we are set, I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes and apply my mascara. For my mascara, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my CoverGirl Exhibitionist Uncensored in Extreme Black. Anytime I am doing my mascara, I always like to comb the lashes down first to make sure that they are getting as much product on them, and then I go up with them and kind of comb through them and make sure that the product is spread evenly. I do really like this mascara because it is very dark in pigment, which I love. I love the brush because it is very spread apart and they're really tiny bristles to be able to comb through your lashes like precisely. But I love that I can just keep combing and they continue to kind of like get longer, which I love. My lashes, I'm really lucky, are kind of long already on their own. I I just love wearing lashes in particular because, like, who doesn't? Like, if you're a lash girl, you're a lash girl. Like I said though, I don't typically wear lashes on like a normal day out if I'm gonna go run errands, because I do wear glasses 90% of the time and my lashes always knock into my glasses and it's just not fun for anyone. Some people do their mascara in coats, but I actually prefer to just continuously kind of comb through them until they're the length that I like. I've got them pretty long so far, and I do typically wait for them to dry and then curl them again. Obviously, don't do it while they're still wet because 1, you're taking product off. 2, your possibility of like ripping off your lashes is a lot higher. And 3, it's just common sense. Like, don't do that. All right, so I went ahead and finished my mascara. Like I said, I don't like doing coats of it because I feel like it has a higher chance of flaking throughout the day, which who likes that, you know? So while I wait for that to dry so I can curl it, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off my makeup by doing my lips. For my lips, I'm using Kylie Cosmetics. I'm using the lip liner in the shade Iced Latte and the Velvet Lipstick in the shade Bear. I believe this is sold as a set. The lip liner happens to be darker than the lipstick itself, which I think that's the vibe I'm going for today. So I'm just gonna apply this really quick. Last thing I do is I go in with just a little bit of this lighter powder and I carve out that bronzer just a bit more. I can get a little crazy with the bronzer sometimes, so this really helps just blend everything in. This is the real me, guys. Like I said, I don't typically like to go full glam on an everyday basis. I like my makeup to be simple, natural, yet still pretty. I am actually going to an event today. It was my dad's birthday just a couple days ago, so we are having a nice little dinner for him tonight, and this is the makeup that I would normally wear to their house. I am actually going to put a clear gloss on top of that just because I want like a little extra something, you know? I'm just feeling it today. That is what I was wanting. I just went ahead and used my Maybelline Lifter Gloss, and this is the shade Pearl. For the last step, I'm going to use my NYX Epic Wear Liner Stick in the shade Pure White on my bottom lash line. I just got this eyeliner and I really like how creamy it is and it applies very easily. For the finishing touch, just a hint of highlighter. Alright, and that is today's makeup look all complete. I personally don't like to go too heavy on the eyes or anywhere really when I'm just doing everyday makeup because I feel like it should look really natural. I feel like this is just a really simple and easy and cute look for every day. I love usually just focusing on my complexion. I do love my lipsticks and my eyebrows and my highlighters though, so I will always fall back on those typically. That is going to be it for today's video. All the products that I used in today's video are some of my current favorites, and if you have any questions on any of them, feel free to leave a comment down below and I will try to get back to you on that. I had somebody recently request for me to make this video on my everyday makeup, and I hope this didn't disappoint. But anyway, that is gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this and 2 new videos every single week. But I've got to get ready for the rest of my day, and it's somehow already noon. I'm so proud of myself for actually waking up early today and like getting this done first thing in the morning on my day off. I'm having such a good day already, and I'm super happy that I got to hang out with you guys for a little bit. But anyway, I will see you guys in next week's video. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for hanging with Han, and I will see you next week. Bye.